The way things are going right now with the Shadow Rising, honestly, I have a big feeling that this might be the best Wheel of Time book that I will read to date. Like, my expectations are going higher and higher. But you know what? Let's just talk about the video, man. Let's just get started straight away. Now, before we start, I just want to let you guys know the structure of the whole entire book going forward. So here is how we're gonna do it. So obviously I'll show you guys a display right now. So in this part we'll be reading chapters 1 to 10. Someone in the community tab actually told me to structure it this way because, you know, obviously they read the book, so they know the better stopping point. So I feel like part 1 will do chapter 1 to 10 and then the rest will be done as shown on the screen. So anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into part 1. Now unfortunately chapter 1 was absolutely atrocious. It was probably the worst chapter in the whole entire Wheel of Time thus far. Like, it was so bad. It was literally under 50 pages full of recap that was not needed. Like, you know what, stuff the recap and let's just talk about the main stuff. I'll try to cover as much main stuff as possible. So we start off with Min. Now, Min is the perfect character Robert Jordan could have chosen because she is just so clueless because she wasn't really present at the end of or pretty much throughout the whole entire Dragon Reborn. So she didn't know anything, so Robert Jordan kind of recapped everything through Min. So anyway, so she is now at Tar Valon as Moraine had wanted her to be, and yo, she's in like in a dress, her hair's longer, she is like Min but not Min. Like, yeah, she's even using her real name here. I forgot what her real name was. I think it's like Minasandra, Meandriel. I don't know, bro. But yeah, she's just way different right now. Anyway, so some of her viewings, some of her visions are actually quite interesting. I'm not gonna lie, man. She saw a whole bunch of Aes Sedai dead. Literally, I don't know when this is going to happen, but on some specific day, everyone is going to die. Not everyone, but a decent amount of Aes Sedai will die. It even mentioned that Shiriam will be injured on that day. And there's also some stuff on Gowen. Min saw that Gowen will also be seriously injured on that day. And she also saw like a white boar and like green instead of red, and we know that Andor represents red, but then she saw more of green instead of red. And honestly, I'm gonna give an early prediction. I think that Gowen might be a white cloak in the future. I don't know, I think that's a wild ass prediction, but the reason why is I feel like every single fantasy story has some crazy turns with some crazy characters, you know what I mean? And the reason why the white cloak is the answer, or the prediction I chose, is because of the white boar. I have no idea why. It just said white boar, you know, white and white cloak. It's dumb, but that's my prediction, you know what I mean? That's my prediction. And yeah, and then she also saw some stuff with Soan. I don't know what her stuff meant, but Soan and Min's conversation was just very straightforward. Min just recapped everything that Ren was gonna do, and Soan was like, so you are still going after Ren just because you're in love with him? Like, god damn. And then Mina was like, bro, is it bad to fall in love, man? Like, what's your problem, cuz, bro? She didn't say that, but you know how I get excited at times. Anyway, so Soan persuaded Min to stay at Tar Valon because, you know, Soan wants Min to do her dirty work, and Min instantly realized that. But you know how good Soan is with her words, and now Min will be staying at Tar Valon for now. Now we move on to Elida's point of view, and still more recaps as expected, but in this point of view, I can finally confirm that Elida is not a dark friend. All of the stuff she thought about, like, I don't know, the Black Argers and shit like that from the last book, it kind of confirms that she will not be a dark friend. Now, Soan and Moraine, she does not trust either of them. She thinks that they're both plotting something, which they technically are. So what she wants to do is stop them. She's like against them. So even though she's not a Black Archer, she's still, you know, going to be an obstacle in the future. So that's interesting. And she also saw a vision. Or does she? What did she see again? She sees prophecies. Does she see prophecies? No, she doesn't see prophecies. I don't know what she sees, but she saw that Andor will be a key to the final battle. That's why she wants to get hold of Elaine and stuff like that. So that's very interesting, that Andor is going to be a major key in winning the final battle. Then we move on to Bornhold's point of view. Here we saw more of Ordeith. Bro, this guy's crazy, bro. This guy's mad, and they're currently in the Two Rivers. They're in Terran Ferry right now, so yeah. it's not looking good for the Two Rivers, I can tell you that. And then Bornholm still has a grudge against Perrin because he still thinks that Perrin was the one who killed his father. I don't know why, but I guess Perrin has some trouble that is going to come his way in the future. And then we move on to Suroth. I think she's one of the Son-chan, and she's planning on this return. I don't know what, but yeah, she's got like a bunch of Demanis with her. You know how I feel about Demanis, bro. It's just wild, bro. And that finishes off chapter 1. And honestly, bro, I feel like Robert Jordan could have literally done what I just said, you know what I mean? Condensed everything in that straight line instead of that whole recap, like. And I heard that the next few books will also have recaps, so anyway, it is what it is, bro. Anyway, now time for some good stuff, and like from here onwards, shit gets a lot better. Now moving to Perrin's point of view. Now Perrin and Fail, these two are mad in love. Like these lovebirds cannot let go of each other. Like this guy needs to be everywhere, bro. I remember in the last book they were like enemies, but now they're inseparable. Like what's going on, bro? So yeah, I don't know, bro. I feel like they complement each other at least, so I'm happy for them. Anyway, so Fail wants to leave. She does not want any part of this, and she wants Perrin to come with her. But Perrin is a very, very responsible person. She's like to her, I'm a Targaryen. I feel like Rand needs me, so you know, I'ma stay here. And you definitely should leave because I don't want danger coming to your way. But I feel like Fail does not want to leave Perrin. Blah blah blah. And then out of nowhere, Perrin's axe attacks him. Like Perrin's axe just out of nowhere attacks both of them. And yo, this shows how incredibly strong Perrin is. Like, Perrin pushes Fail out of the room, and then he's holding the door so she does not come back in, and he's also holding the axe in the other hand, so Fail does not die, bro. Like, this guy, like, physically is insane. This guy's a beast, bro. And then at the end, he gets everything resolved. And then Matt's point of view, Matt is playing with a bunch of cards, and these cards come to life, bro, and they attack Matt. And then at the end, obviously Matt gets resolved, and now both Perrin and Matt think that this is Rand's doing. They think that Rand is the one that caused this. Now moving to Rand's point of view, Rand is in a dream and he's like in a lake. Then you have Min and Elaine, they're in the lake and they're like, come with me, come with us, join us. And then Rand there's like, oh shit, because Egwene's in the corner and he's like, oh Egwene, this isn't what it looks like, no. And then he wakes up. Fairy tales, bro. So fairy tales, guys. He's back to reality now. Now this reality is kind of insane though, because Berylin, the girl from the last book, remember at the end, Berylin that came in, yo, she's wild, bro. Look, she's insanely wild. Look what she does, but look what she does. This girl Berylin seduces Rand. I don't know what she is up to. She's definitely up to something. She's trying to seduce Rand, but Rand is what's it called? He's on the back foot, you know what I mean? Because this Berylin girl, she's from the streets, bro. She's wild, bro. And then he got to a point where he's really frustrated, so he ended up using the one power. He kind of like messed up the whole room, and then out of nowhere, reflections of Rand from like every mirror glass everywhere, they just came and attacked him. So this is definitely much more worse compared to Perrin and Matt. So Rand had to fight multiple reflections, and they were like overpowering him at one point, until he started to absorb all of these reflections and then ended up beating everything. Like, I don't know how that worked. First of all, I don't understand all of these random shit that's happening, like the axe, the cards, the reflections, him absorbing the reflections. Like, these are very random shit that happened that I'm kind of confused about. But then obviously later we get to find out that Rand thinks it's the Forsaken's doing. Anyway, so going back to that moment, Berylin then switches. She does a 180, bro. She's like, oh my god, my Lord Dragon, forgive me, my Lord Dragon, forgive me, my Lord, pretend I was never here. Oh my god, I'm gonna go back. I'm a good girl. I'm not from the streets no more. Let me go. And then yeah, Rand was like, you know what, I don't even care, bro. Just go. As long as you just don't tell anyone, go. Oh my god, I don't know what this girl is up to, because we know that the place she is from, I think it's called Mayhem. I don't know. I think that place is kind of like, it's involved with the politics that's going on right now. I have no idea. Like, still, like the political part with the location, I'm not understanding at the moment. But I'll just keep reading and finding out. You know what I mean? Anyway, then moving on to Perrin's point of view. Perrin is coming to Rand's chamber to confront him about the axe and blah blah blah, but he needs to get past the Maidens of the Spear. Now, these Aiel are like Rand's bodyguards, and yo, I could not think of a better bodyguard than these Aiels, but like, god damn, Rand is in good hands, or is he? Or is he? Anyway, so let's talk about the current moment. So Rand comes in, Perrin comes in, my bad, and he sees Rand completely injured. Like, he is like, glasses are everywhere, blood dripping, blah blah blah. He then calls the Aiel to come in, calls like a bunch of people, like, yo, Rand is hurt, blah blah blah. Moraine comes, Moraine heals him, and then Moraine then tells that the Dark One is his prison is breaking, like he is coming closer and closer for him to be freed, you know what I mean? So things are not looking good. His prison is breaking right now, which is kind of causing everything that's happening right now. All of this, like all the Forsakens coming, because if the Dark One's gonna get loosed, obviously the Forsaken will get loose as well. So that's a major sign on the Dark One, breaking out. And also Moraine told Rand that he needs to be on the move, and then Rand just, he refuses because he does not want to talk to Moraine. Like, no one wants to talk to Moraine. None of the Targaryen guys wants to talk to Moraine. So anyway, then we move on to Tom's point of view. Matt comes to Tom, and then he was like to Tom that I want to leave this place right now, but Tom for some reason convinces him to stay. So I don't know if that's because that Matt's a Targaryen and the pattern like made him stay, or if it's something else. So that is very questionable. Now, coming to Egwene's point of view, where she's with Nynaeve and the Aiel Avienda, I think. Now, I want to make a quick prediction with Avienda. So I think that Berylin or Avienda might be one of Rand's third wives, because we know that Min and Elaine are already promised, or like, according to Min's vision. I think that since Avienda is an Aiel and Rand is an Aiel as well, I feel like he needs to have an Aiel wife for some reason. I just don't know. I just have this feeling. And since Avienda has been getting a lot of spotlights, who other than her, do you know what I mean? So, and then Berylin. Before I did think it was Berylin, but now after what happens in the next few chapters, I'm like, probably not, but there's still a possibility. I also thought that LANFEAR could be a candidate, but now I'm like, nah as well. So it's either between Avienda or Berylin, in my opinion. So anyway, then we coming back to Egwene's point of view. Egwene and Nynaeve are currently shielding off the dark friends that were left from the last book. So Joy and Amiko, they're currently being like, questioned, blah blah blah, and they keep mentioning this place called Tanchiko. I can't remember this name from the last few books. I don't know if I forgot or something, but yeah, apparently this Tanchiko place is something that's important or something that's dangerous to Rand himself. Not sure. They also told this story about Liandrin, how her plan was to get Mesrim Time, the false dragon, and to pretty much name him as Rand or Thor, to pretty much portray Rand as pretty evil and blah blah blah, so they can have the advantage over the Dragon Reborn. So that was, I don't know if that's true, but I have no idea if that's true or if they're lying. So that's interesting. Then Moraine comes, or shall I say storms into the room. She is very angry. She is very pissed off because of, the conversation she had with Rand, because she wants Rand to move. She wants Rand to go after the Forsakens. She does not want him to stay, read books about all these dragon prophecies and all that jazz. So she is not in a good mood. And if Moraine is not in a good mood, Nynaeve will be in a happy mood, because Moraine's downfall brings Nynaeve joy. So that's just how it is, bro. Nynaeve is very happy to see Moraine very distressed, because this is the first time we're kind of seeing Moraine like not calm, so that's why she's happy. And then like I said, she wanted Rand to leave, and she also mentioned that Amiko and Joya, she's gonna send them to Tarvalon in a few days. I think 3 or 4 days or something like that. So very short, which then upsets Nynaeve. Nynaeve went from happy to being very upset in a matter of 2.58, I don't know how many seconds, for a very short time, bro. So that was very funny, bro. And then the reason why she's upset, because Swan gave the 3 girls the job to hunt down the Black Archer, and Nynaeve felt like that Moraine is kind of disturbing their job or their integration of these 3 Black Archers, and yeah, Nynaeve was just not happy with that. And also Elaine, in her point of view, we get to find out that she Egwene and Nynaeve, when she's angry, are all stronger than Moraine when it comes to the one power, but Moraine is just better because she's more experienced, she's more skilled, so, and more reliable, of course. So that's one thing that, you know, we should also keep in mind. And oh yeah, speaking of Elaine, so when she walked in with Moraine, yeah, this girl was crying, bro. She was so upset. Do you know why she was upset? Because she saw Amyrlin walk out of Rand's room, and then she just had like a billion scenarios in her head. She's like, oh my god, she's with my man. And yeah, she's just pretty much now she's very upset. And then Egwene here, she actually comforts her. Like, she admits that she does not have feelings for Rand anymore, and she loves Rand as a brother, ouch, and she loves Elaine as a sister, and she wants nothing but the best for both of them. So very mature of Egwene to do that. So interesting. Now then I think Egwene was like to Moraine, Moraine, have you ever been in love? And then Moraine said something interesting. Moraine said, I can already picture the man I will end up being with in my head right now, but then that's it, she stopped there. So I wonder if that's Min's viewing or something like that, because she's always talking to Min, you know what I mean? So I just can't see Moraine in a relationship, to be honest. So yeah, moving past that. Now I want to talk about Elaine a little bit as well. Now I think Elaine will be Green Aja in the future, so she can marry Rand, number one. And the reason why I also think Green Aja is because Elaine has a good eye for war, because she's like, even though Rand is trying to avoid war, war will come regardless, you know what I mean? Because you can't avoid war at this time, because times are rough, times are dangerous, war is gonna come regardless. So I think she has a good eye for war. And then I think the Green Aja, also known as a Battle Aja, so that's why I think Elaine will definitely be a Green Aja. We also get to find out through Moraine that apparently in the holding in Tear, there's they keep a whole bunch of stuff, right? So one is a Ta'angreal where you can enter and get like, I think any answers that you have that's crazy. But the thing is, if you ask anything crazy like about the Dark One, for example, you actually might get killed on the spot. So it's a very dangerous Ta'angreal to kind of go into. So now we know that that's there. Anyway, then in the next chapter, Egwene and Elaine, I don't know if they planned this first of all, they they both go to Rand's chamber to help him use the one power. Now I think that's legit, but I don't know about the next part, if that's planned or legit. But anyway, so let's talk about the first part. So Egwene and Elaine, they tried to help Rand with the one power. Rand at first refused, but you know how Egwene is, right? She's not gonna give up on anything. She just talks her way into what she wants. So then at the end, Rand's like, okay, fine. So you know, they tried, you know, but they just couldn't understand each other's powers. Saidin and Saidar are just so different. You can't feel it, you can't see it. Like Rand can't see Saidar, they can't see Saidin. It's just a mess. So it came to a point where Egwene kind of went a bit too far. She was like, what, can you even do anything? Like, what are you doing? Like, what can you even do? That pissed off Rand. Rand went mental. Rand literally abused the one power. He took both of the girls off their feet. They were in the air. Then this guy, like, there was fire, wind, everything. The mattress was ruined. It was just a very crazy place. And then at the end, Rand just, you know, let go of everything, and then he apologized to them. And then both of the girls were like very cautious. They were like just about to touch the one power to go in defense mode. So we know that Saidin is something not to be messed around with, you know what I mean? And now time for some small talk with Egwene, Elaine and Rand. So Egwene starts off by saying that she has no feelings for Rand, and for some reason Rand was very hurt when he heard that. Even though Rand does not have feelings for Egwene, he was still hurt for some reason. Like, bro, come on Rand. Like, yeah, I think he was relieved at the same time, but come on Rand, that was actually kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I'm glad they got that out of the way. And then now I think it's kind of confirmed that Egwene and Rand are not going to be together because they just don't have feelings anymore, because I think Galad just took Egwene's heart just like that. And then Rand just, I don't know how many hearts Rand gave his heart to. There's Celine, there's Min, there's Elaine, there's gonna be another one. I don't know, but it's gonna be a lot, bro. So yeah, I think that's done. And then Egwene leaves, leaving Elaine alone with Rand in that room, bro. And yo, when Rand saw Elaine, he just went full respect mode, bro. Oh, my lady, are you okay? Oh, my lady, I'm sorry. Oh, my lady, what can I do? My lady, my lady, my lady, my lady, my lady, which absolutely pissed off the lady in front of him. Like, bro, Elaine was like, call me my lady one more time, I'm gonna call you Lord Dragon, the Dragon Master, the bloody last airbender. I don't know, bro. So yeah, then they kind of decided to call each other by their first names, and then Elaine started to think about Amyrlin, but like this Amyrlin girl is literally in her head, so she wanted to claim him just like that. So what she pretty much did was she confessed her feelings to Rand. At first, I remember this. I was in the bathroom, had my headphones on, I was listening to the audiobook, I was brushing my teeth, right? As soon as I heard Elaine say, Rand, I like you, bro, I spat everything out. I was like, bro, what's going on right now? And then it just kept getting crazy, bro. She was like, I'm fond of you. I'm fond of you. And then when Rand said, I'm fond of you too, I'm like, bro, what? Just like that? You only met once in your life. Only once, and now y'all already fond of each other just like that? I mean, fair enough, bro. I respect that. I respect that. You guys do you, man. That's some old classical love, man, and I respect that, man. Anyway, then she thought of Amyrlin more, and then she's like, yo, I'm not gonna lose. If confessing my love isn't enough, I'm gonna tell him to. Rand, I want you to kiss me. Yo, Elaine is not playing around, bro. And then Rand, he was shocked at first, but then he ended up kissing Elaine, and now I think they are now together, so that's cool. Rand finally got a girl that's actually in a relationship with him, so that's cool. That's all cool now. Now after that, a bunch of high lords from Tear was waiting for Rand, so Elaine had to leave, and now through here, Rand, we know that Rand is a proper leader now. Rand is a changed man. This guy's a proper leader with authority. If he wants something, he will say it. He will even threaten someone so he can get his way of doing things right. So like, obviously what he stands for is pretty good. He wants like lower taxes for people, number one. He doesn't want war. And even though these are good, remember, too many good things is not good. So I think Rand still has a lot to learn, but then he also has Elaine as his advisor, so that's also interesting. And I know that I told you guys about how I feel about Elaine, like being like on the war kind of thing, how she has a good eye for war. So I feel like she is a perfect advisor for Rand, so I feel like that part is going pretty well. And then I want to talk about Egwene, how she had an interaction with Matt. Matt asked Egwene for help, which was very unlike Matt. Matt is just not that kind of person to ask someone for help, especially a person like Egwene. Like, she's from the Two Rivers, they were very close, so that's interesting, you know what I mean? So what Matt asked was like, he's been having a lot of troubles, how he's been speaking the old tongue without even knowing. So Egwene was like, I don't know, but I know this place which Moraine told her, and I feel like Egwene should have not told Matt about the Ta'angreal that's in the holding place in the stone. And Matt promised Egwene that he's not gonna go there, but I feel like knowing Matt, I think he will go there eventually. So yeah, I expect Matt to do something not good, you know what I mean? So yeah. We also find out that Elaine is more busy with Rand, Nynaeve is more busy with Lan, which leaves Egwene kind of on the lonely side. However, she now is kind of developing a friendship with Aviendha, the Aiel girl. And yo, Aviendha had a conversation with Egwene where she's like, if Elaine hates Amyrlin so much, why doesn't she just kill her? Because apparently in Aiel culture, if you're not wedded to the spear, you can just kill if you don't like them, which is a bit extreme. But hey man, these cultures are interesting, and we're reading, and yeah, I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it, bro. I just love learning more about this Aiel culture, bro. And then we move on to Rand. He just had a council meeting with a whole bunch of High Lords where he literally threatened the crap out of them. He was like, no war, no war. And then yeah, he ended the meeting. They all left. He just had a time for himself until Selene came out of nowhere. Like, yo, this was a big surprise, bro. Okay, so Rand actually was kind of happy to see Selene, that she's okay, blah blah blah, because the last time he saw her, it was back in Kyrian, blah blah blah, it was going nuts. So he's happy to see that she's okay. But then Selene was like, you have gone a lot stronger since the last time I saw you. Rightfully so, Rand is ridiculously strong right now. And then this part is the most insane part. She reveals herself as LANFEAR. Like, I was not expecting this to happen this early. I thought she would reveal herself as... I thought that Rand would find out much later down the line, but yo! At first, Rand thought that what's it called, LANFEAR or Selene was joking. And then he was like, you know what, if you're LANFEAR, then I might as well be the Dark One. Until when he noticed, like, shit. Just before he could even reach Calendar or the One Power, LANFEAR shielded him from the One Power and from Calendar physically. Like, yo, like Rand was in a trap. Like, that guy was in a trap. But this is where shit gets really interesting. So she starts off by the Dark One. She tells Rand how he should be going to the Dark One. If he even goes close to Shoyal Ghul where he's trapped, he can probably just devour him, his emotions, blah blah blah. And apparently it's like a good feeling for these dark friends and blah blah blah. And she also said that, you know, since there are no other male experienced Saidin users, a Forsaken male should probably teach him how to use the One Power. And Rand instantly refuses. And yo, she just gets more crazy from now. She then says that all of these Forsakens are afraid of you because that the Dark One himself, the Dark Lord himself, will grant you a higher position than all of these Forsakens combined. That part tripped the crap out of me. Like, this changes everything, bro. Like, what? I thought the Dark One wanted Rand dead. Like, all of these Forsaken are going after Rand. All of these Murdrels are going after Rand. Like, they're trying to kill him. Unless LANFEAR's lying. Unless LANFEAR is either lying or she has a plan of her own. Because she then talks about how there are two Sangreal statues where if they both can use it, they can take on the Creator and the Dark One himself. This girl, this lady, is planning to take on her own master. Selene, or shall I say LANFEAR, officially became one of the most interesting character in the whole entire show. Like, she became Paid Fane level interesting. Like, bro, what is going on? Like, what is she up to? This is insane. And just before things are getting juicy, this dumb ass Greyman just had to ruin one of the best conversations in the whole entire story. Like, this random Greyman comes, catches Rand off guard. Rand then pushes LANFEAR, which kind of cuts off her shield. He kills the Greyman, and yeah, that conversation's done. And then Rand accuses LANFEAR of her setting the Greyman up, but then LANFEAR denies it. And then Rand wonders, wait, they are meant to be Aiel outside. How did that Greyman get past the Aiel? Oh shit, they must be. So he went to the door, opened the door and saw a complete mess. Dead bodies everywhere, dead Aiels everywhere, dead Greymen everywhere, Trollocs everywhere, Murdrels and Trollocs and Dark Friends and people of his own are fighting each other. It was a mess. Like, there was a Murdrel that was killing everyone around him. And then Rand steps in and Rand was like, why don't you come and try me, bro? Try me. The Murdrel tries him. They had a head-to-head for a few seconds until Rand completely annihilated him. Chopped the head off the Murdrel at the end. Like, yo, Rand is now a pretty good fighter without the One Power. Like, yo, bro. Okay, now after this, all action from now on is just intense and violent as hell. After killing the Murdrel, he just kills everything, bro. Trollocs, Murdrels, just killing everything. Like, bro, he's just going nuts, bro. He's even acting like a leader. Like, people are now following him. He's like in command. Like, he is like a presence inside a battlefield right now. He's on a killing feast. This guy's going nuts until he kind of trips over a Trolloc, I think, and then a Trolloc is about to kill him until another Trolloc killed a Trolloc that was trying to kill Rand. And then we later find out that Selene, or damn, LANFEAR was controlling the Trolloc. So LANFEAR saved Rand's life, and now I'm mad confused because I'm seeing Trollocs attacking Trollocs, Murdrels attacking Murdrels, a Forsaken going against Dark Friends, or I have no idea what's going on right now. And then Rand instantly uses the One Power on LANFEAR, pushes her against a wall, and then LANFEAR does the exact same thing. She said that whatever you can do, I can also do. And then she brings up what's it called, calendar, the silent girl calendar. She said, I think Samael, which is the main focus point, the main focus Forsaken in this whole part. She's like, if Samael or any of the other Forsaken were here, they would go after Forsaken and use it against you. So what Rand did was he straight away went back to his room. Calendar was there. When he got the room, a poor Myrddraal just had to come into the room. Like, R.I.P. this Myrddraal. Like, this Myrddraal literally just entered death, bro. Because when Rand saw the Myrddraal, boom, but he didn't even do anything. Rand just stood there, and then the Myrddraal turned into dust. Like, yo, that Myrddraal finished in like a few seconds. And then when Rand walked out of his room, a bunch of Trollocs led by Myrddraal saw him with calendar, and they're like, oh shit, let's just turn around and pretend we never came through. But it was too late, because Rand, fire came out of the ground and pretty much burnt all of them to crisp. Like, bro, Rand was going insane with calendar, bro. Like, Rand with calendar is next level beast mode, bro. Like, this guy went super sane, bro. Oh my god, bro. As he was walking towards the battlefield, anything in his way, he was just killing it, just like that. Like, there were nothing, bro. Like, there were just obstacles until he got to the actual battle where everything was happening. This guy put calendar in the air and literally summoned a storm. Like, it was like storm of red, black, and I don't know, bro. It was just going intense. It was coming together. It was getting more powerful. It was condensing until he released it all into a bunch of lightnings, bro. The lightning went everywhere. Oh my god, it was going everywhere. It struck down everything that was under the shadow. Trollocs, Darkfriend, Myrddraal, everything that belonged to the shadow had to face a lightning. And yeah, Rand ended the battle just like that by summoning a whole bunch of lightnings. All it took was one sangreal, bro. Like, yo, this calendar sword is absolutely ridiculous. But at the same time, it takes a lot out of Rand, because number one, the Sidene kind of like overflows him, and when he pushes it away, he can still feel the taintness, and it's very bad. So I feel like there's always a drawback with these powerful weapons, so that's what I like about it. So anyway, and once all of the stuff's done, Moraine and Lan was like, how the hell did you do that, bro? Moraine was like, the shit you just did is like next level. Like, whoa, it was mad. Anyway, so Rand, when he came back, the reason why he came back, because he saw Fail and Perrin on the way, and he wanted to save them. So, and then he asked Moraine if they were okay, and then Moraine was like, yeah, they're fine. But he kept asking, like, are they okay? He was not in a good mood until bro, this part was very, very sad. He saw a little girl on the floor. She was dead. And then Rand was like, damn, I came late. If I left this place 3 days ago, none of this would have happened. So he just did not want to accept the fact that he was too late. So what he did was he went to the girl. He was like, yo, I'm strong enough. I'm the Dragon Reborn. I must be insanely strong. I can bring this girl back to life. And yo, this was very, very hard to read, because Rand, he just was like infusing this girl with the one power. She was shaking everything, but then she was still lifeless. Her eyes were lifeless. He was trying everything. He was like, I will not accept you dead. Come back to life. It was going and going. It was just so hard to read, until Moraine at the end was like, stop. You can't heal the dead. Only the creator can do that. You might as well just stop. And yeah, Rand was just very weak. He was destroyed. Everything about it was just very, very sad. And yeah, at the end, we can definitely see the effect that Calendar had on him. He was literally leaning on the sword. And then at the end, he had told Moraine about his interaction with LANFEAR. And then he told Moraine that, LANFEAR didn't try to kill me, but Moraine was like, I wouldn't trust her completely. She still is a Forsaken. She might be planning something. She just wants you to win over you. That's all she wants to do. So interesting. And Rand at the end also had a plan, or a plan that he is keeping on the low key, that he's going to reveal the next day. And that's where part 1 of the Shadow Rising ends. Now, I think I already told you guys my predictions. I think that Gawain might become a white cloak, which is I know it's wild, but you know what I mean, it is what it is. And I also think that Avienda and what's her name again, and Amyrlin might become one of Rand's wives in the future. And I think that Shirem is still a dark friend, because in Min's thingy it says Shirem might be hurt. I think she'll be on the bad side, that's why she's hurt. So I think Shirem is still a dark friend. And I really wish I had a prediction with LANFEAR, but trust me, I can't predict anything with LANFEAR. I don't know what she's up to, I don't know her motive, I actually don't know nothing about her. So yeah, I wish I knew, but LANFEAR officially became one of the most interesting characters in the whole entire show. So props to her, and I cannot wait to you know, read more about her, read more about Peyton Fane. Like, these are the two best villains in the whole entire show in my opinion. So can't wait for more. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a big like. If you still have not subscribed yet, what are you guys doing, cuz? Subscribe right now. This book is getting lit. That means the videos are going to get lit. We're going to have some lit ass predictions. It's just going to be lit. So join the adventure. I would love for you to be a part of it. And of course, comment down your thoughts below. It always helps these videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next Wheel of Time video. Take care now. Bye.